Hey, what's happening, guys? Mike from Meta Comics coming at you with another comic book review. Today we are going to be talking about Batman number 33, the finale to Year Zero. Scott Snyder did a fantastic job of wrapping up the storyline from Year Zero with this issue. It was a very strong conclusion, very well written, probably one of the best comic books I've read in the past month. And that's saying a lot because I'm primarily a Marvel kind of guy. I just gravitate toward Marvel naturally. But DC this week has killed it, and this is definitely one of the best issues that's come out so far that I've read. The story picks up with Batman confronting the Riddler. He finally found him, found out what he was up to, and so now the Riddler's got him trapped by all these lasers and stuff, and and there's these planes that are on the way to Gotham. They're gonna blow everything up, and so the Riddler says, "We can stop that. I can stop that from happening if you answer all my riddles in time." So they enter into this battle of the wits, and you really get to see a different side of Batman, the intellectual side, the deep thinker. Like, we all know he's a detective and that he's sharp, but you get to see that a little bit more clearly in this issue, and I really think that was awesome. It wasn't just Batman laying the smackdown on somebody. He really had to think in order to solve these riddles and to get through this puzzle to try to save Gotham. So it was very, very good. That's basically the gist of the issue. I don't want to say too much about the actual story in of itself because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Now, before we get into some of the themes that this covered, which I will have to talk about a little bit of what happened in the issue at that point, let's talk about the things that I liked and what I didn't like. In all honesty, this was a perfect ending to this story arc. I don't think it could have gotten much better. So that was very, very pleasing to me that, this story arc has been very interesting and entertaining, even though it's been long, and it deserved a proper ending, and Scott Snyder delivered. There was lots of great dialogue, particularly in regards to Bruce Wayne and his interaction with both the Riddler and James Gordon, and also his interaction with Alfred. These conversations really served to move the character in a more relatable direction that made him easier to relate to as far as I'm concerned, which connects me deeper to the character and just all around increases my enjoyment of the book itself. So I was very happy to see that. There was a great showdown between Riddler and Batman, mostly of course a battle of the wits, nothing too terribly physical. I really liked seeing Batman fully accept his mantle of Gotham's protector and seeing that he delights in being Batman. Like, it makes him happy to be Batman and taking out the garbage in Gotham. While the action that was in the book was good, it was definitely far more about brain than brawn, and that was kind of a nice change-up. Most superhero comics are, bash 'em, smash 'em, with some story sprinkled in the middle in between the big action scenes. The pacing for this was fantastic. Lots of good drama. There's lots of dramatic tension that'll keep you interested and locked in while you're reading it. Now, as far as what I didn't like, this is a very short list. There's only two things that I didn't really care for. One of them has been a gripe that I've had since this arc started, which is the art. I'm just not a huge fan of this art style. It just reminds me too much of a mix of modern day kind of Batman with what Frank Miller did in Dark Knight Returns. And it works in Dark Knight Returns, but mixing the kind of modern and old styles there, to me, it just didn't work well. I just didn't like it that much. I would have liked to have seen a little more action with Batman kicking the crap out of the Riddler, but that's just a really minor gripe, nothing that really takes away from the enjoyment of the issue or anything like that. Now, as for the themes, I think one of the major themes in this issue was understanding your place in the world, understanding your role, and whatnot. Along with that, what really makes this issue special was that Bruce Wayne admits that all the pain and suffering that he's endured throughout his life has made him, in some ways, wish that he could be someone else. And the pain was so great that he actually did something rather extreme to try to basically give himself a reboot and a restart without remembering any of the pain and suffering that he's went through as a child with the loss of his parents and so on. And I think that was really, really awesome to see him admit something so deep, dark, and personal. You get to know Bruce on a deeper level in that way, And I mean, who hasn't at some point or another wanted to be someone else? Like, life just sucks so terribly bad right now. I just wish I could be anybody other than me. I mean, I know I felt like that at times in my life, so, you know, reading that, I'm like, I know exactly where Bruce is coming from. Yeah, that's awesome. And instead, Bruce takes all that pain and anger, and instead of going through with the whole thing to kind of give himself a reboot, decides he's going to use that as motivation to solve problems in Gotham, mainly the crime problem, to try to rid the streets of people who are evil and wicked and, you know, criminals who took his parents away. He wants to stop that from happening to others. So he turned that pain into something positive, and I thought that was really awesome. So alright guys, overall I give this comic a 9 out of 10. This was very, very strong. So far, this is probably my pick of the week. So definitely go out, pick it up, especially if you've been keeping up with the Year Zero storyline. If not, yeah, you might want to wait till it all comes out and trade and, you know, get the trades or whatever. But yeah, if not, you can always go back and get all the issues and read them. It's very, very good. All right, guys, that's all I got. I will see you in the next one.